Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. And before we get into the video, I quickly want to mention Apex One AI. So this is a very interesting project that is based on AI technology and allows you to farm using crypto pairs. So they already have a platform out. They have their website, which we're on right now. The team is fully transparent, and some of the features are farming using artificial intelligence, using cryptocurrency pairs. You have liquidity pools, you have DeFi involved. You can take a look at their white paper, and if you want to take a look at their team, all of that is available on the website. And they also have a native token out already called Apex. And here is how the platform looks. The website is very well designed as well as the platform. It is easy to navigate. As you can see, if you go to Apex AI, you have farming, you have yield farming, and you have some of the new features that they're developing using the AI technology. So if you go to wallets, it's very easy to deposit and exchange cryptocurrencies using their application. So feel free to take a look at the link down below in the description. You can sign up using that. And if you have any more questions regarding the project, you can refer to the video that I made earlier, which is a full review of this platform. Now let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the daily chart, so we obviously have the Fibonacci retracement set up over here. If you've watched my previous updates, you'd know that we're using the April 22 high as the local high for the Fib, and the swing low is basically the bear market low at $6. So what is happening right now is that obviously the markets are going through a bit of a pullback, which is expected after the nice run-up we've had into April. And based off of this local low, we can be targeting $6, and that would be an amazing entry for anyone looking to get into Moonriver at a very, very cheap price. So you can definitely set up some buy limit orders in advance if you trust your exchange, of course. And once that happens, it fills up, and possibly you're at work, you're sleeping, you're doing whatever, you're not paying attention to the markets, but the orders get filled up, you open the charts, and you're already in profit on the next day. So yeah, that's a good way to catch these prices, because when you open up the charts, what you could see is that you already dipped and you already recovered and you're already like 20% up. So you don't want to be opening the charts to that. You want to be opening the charts to that only if you had the buy limit orders set up in advance. So the other thing to look out for is that we're losing this low here. So we have printed a low in March, a higher low compared to the low in January this year. So this low was sitting at $7.30 roughly, and we are about to lose that. So what we can do is take a Fib retracement from that local high in April down to this local low in March, and we can take a look at our 1.618 target. So in this instance, the target would be sitting at $6.42. Now, I would very much like to bounce off of that level, because even if we do that, we would still be printing a higher low compared to that low that we printed in January. And that's the main idea here, is that we want to be printing higher lows and higher highs. But if we do something like this and we drop below and we continue pulling back down below this low, it's basically a continuation of this massive downtrend that we've been in since the end of the previous bull market, and that's not really what we're looking for. So we're looking to start recovering. Obviously, we're having the interest rate hike on Wednesday that is already priced into the market, so we shouldn't see a really volatile Wednesday if they announce the 25 basis points hike. However, you also have to pay attention to what Jerome Powell says in the press conference afterwards, because he could be, bullish or bearish or hawkish, dovish at that press conference. So that is the more important thing in my opinion, because right now it's pretty much basic knowledge that they're going to be having another 25 basis points hike, and possibly in June we're going to be looking at a pause. So until that happens, we still have time to accumulate our tokens. We still have time to prepare for the next bull market. And if we drop below $7, I am definitely getting more Moonriver tokens. Let me tell you something. Moonriver below $7 is extremely cheap. Now, if we're looking at the next targets in terms of the bull market targets, then like we've talked about the 1.272 and the 1.414 in the previous updates, those would be our major targets. So this would be $205 roughly, and the 1.414 would be $300. And the 1.618 would be $536. So basically getting to $200 is a 30x from where we are right now approximately. So I would say that's the more plausible option, or the plausible outcome. Of course, it depends on the demand and the applications that are going to be tested on the Moonriver network during the bull market that will drive the price up. So that's also an important factor to include in your analysis. But as of right now, I'm looking for $200, $300. It is also possible we see like a parabolic rise in just a few weeks to $500. And obviously, if I take some profits at 200, at 300, I'll sell the majority of my tokens at 500 as well. It all depends on the way we get overextended and how soon we do that, because we could be in the early stages of the bull market and Moonriver could already be sitting at $500 and Bitcoin hasn't even broken above $100,000. In that case, we can even start targeting something like $800, $600. But obviously that's being a bit too bullish. So let's stay conservative. Let's see what we have. Let's see what's going to happen by the end of 2023. And then we can possibly, move up our targets just a bit. But yeah, that's my situation with Moonriver right now. And if we take a look at the daily RSI, slowly but surely we're coming back down to this red support trend line, and that's a trend line that we've retested multiple times. We keep talking about this in every single video. Once you have a back test of that red trend line, you typically see a move to the upside, and often it is very close to the overbought, or you get overbought. So this is a very good buying opportunity. Once you see the RSI sitting on top of the red trend line, make sure to dollar cost average in. Not a financial advice. Now, if we end up losing that trend line and we get into the oversold below the RSI of 30, then obviously that's an even better entry. As you can see historically, every single time we were in the overbought, you were able to make money shortly after. So also a major support trend line here at $18.68 on the RSI. We've retested that once in January and once in June of 2022, possibly with a pullback, or maybe a pullback later in Q3 once we have a capitulation or a flash crash or something like that. This is the level that you could be targeting here at $18.60 on the, 18.6 on the index here. So let me jump into the weekly chart real quick. Taking a look at the weekly chart, as you can see, since May of 2022, we've been printing these lower highs, and we've been running into this resistance level here, and we've just ran into it in February. We had a wick above in April. So hopefully right now we're going to see a bounce from that support at $6.36, and we're going to see a breakout. So we definitely want to see a breakout above the red trend line, and possibly, if we can do that, a back test of support would be very, very much appreciated. So as you can see, we have a major resistance block here. So we did test this as support back in June of 2022. We came back down into it once again in September, and then we broke down below and we started back testing it as resistance, obviously. So breaking out of the red, or above the red resistance trend line, and breaking above the blue resistance block would be a major bullish signal, in my opinion. And as we've talked before, once you break above the August high, then we can actually say that the bear market low has been successfully printed in. Now, we can't say that for Moonriver, so it is possible that we're going to see a pullback even further down below $6.36. It of course depends on the pullback, but if Bitcoin starts getting back down to $24,000, which is possible, we could see Moonriver break below that support, and that's not going to be a very good thing, especially considering the fact that with each high, you're getting pushed back down even lower, and you're going to get stuck in between the support and resistance, and at some point you might just drop down there. And that's obviously a good thing if you want to get a lower price for the token, but that's a bad thing in terms of continuation, because that's going to just extend our breakout for quite a few months, I would say. So yeah, definitely a good thing would be breaking out of this pattern and just starting to break $11 would be also very good, because that's a massive resistance level we've got there. We want to break above that and create a support level, and once we do that, we're good to continue to $50, $60, $90. So we want to do that before the end of the year, of course, in a bullish outcome. But a lot of that depends on Bitcoin. If we take a look at the stochastic on the weekly, we are very close in the oversold here, below the stochastic RSI of 20, so that's a good sign as well. The volume is absolutely non-existent, and that's also important, because you want to be buying when it's boring. You want to be buying when there is no one getting into the project. Believe me, when we see Moonriver at $100, at $200, people are going to start flying into the project, because, well, it has gone up so much, it's probably going to go even higher. So at that time, once the RSI starts getting overextended and we see the, let's say the RSI gets, overbought above the RSI of 70, above the index of 70, once you break above that, that is where you want to be taking profits. And that's where the majority of the newbies are going to be getting into the project. So you're going to be selling off of them. That's the way the markets work. But just use the RSI. That's a very good indicator for you to tell whether an asset is overheated, so to speak. So that concludes my analysis of Moonriver. Hopefully I explained everything well, and if I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'm going to see you in the next update. Take care.